Hello there, welcome to the Saroy channel. I really appreciate every one of you listeners. I really love you guys so much. I've got a lovely story for you tonight. It comes from a guy from Germany who came to America. He went to the Yellowstone National Park and had an encounter with Bigfoot. And he writes to us from Frankfurt in Germany to tell us all about it. So let's get started. You're going to enjoy this story. Dear Sarah and all your lovely listeners, I'm writing to you from Frankfurt, Germany, and I thought you'd be interested in hearing all about my Bigfoot encounter. I do not know if there are any Bigfoots living in Germany, but my encounter with Bigfoot happened at the Yellowstone National Park that I'm sure all your listeners know about. My friend Stephen and I both went to America for a year of hiking and exploring. We visited so many beautiful places in that vast, wonderful country of yours, from New York to St. Louis, Illinois, Michigan, Northern Coast, Upper Peninsula, Waikoni, Minnesota, the Dakotas. Everywhere we went, we met the most wonderful people who welcomed us into their beautiful homes and offered us the most amazing, generous American hospitality. I truly believe you guys living in America are the most amazing, generous, and wonderful people in the whole world. You guys truly rock. Anyway, back to my encounter. Let's just get started. Stephen and I decided to take the Lamar Trail, which is a 4-day trail. We were armed with backpacks, foods, and everything we would require for a short hike. As we ventured out, we had a wonderful time. The weather was amazing because there was no rain at the time and it was beautiful and warm. Stephen and I are very fit, so we made great progress on the trail and really enjoyed ourselves taking in the fresh air, the lovely scenic views, and of course the amazing animal life. The good news was we had not seen any hikers on the trail, which was fabulous because we felt that we had this vast expanse of beautiful national land all to ourselves, so to speak. On the first night we set up camp. It was such a magical night, and we lay on our sleeping bags outside our 2-man tent, besides a beautiful crackling fire, just watching the huge expanse of stars stretching out before us. A short while later we heard this loud growling sound, which was very frightening because we wondered if it was coming from a mountain lion or some other predator. The growling continued and got closer and nearer to our camp. We could hear the ground rustling and the movement of feet coming towards us. We did not do the sensible thing and stand our ground or send up a couple of rifle shots in the air as most sensible American hunters would do. No, we just ran as fast as our legs could carry us. I just remember we ran, and honestly I do not know where we ran to. It was weird because nothing stalked us or chased us in any way, which was a huge relief. But I cannot believe to this day that we were foolish enough to run like that. Why did you run? I scolded my friend Stephen. We should not have left the campsite. The fire was a powerful form of protection for us, you know, against predators. And we do have some ammo there. Why the heck did we run? This is so crazy. I'm so sorry, said Stephen. It was that growling sound. I've never heard anything like it before. All I could do was get away. I did not even consider the fire, nor did I consider our ammunition. I just ran. I wasn't thinking. Not to worry, I said, trying to be reassuring. We need to get back, and we have no torch, no map, and have no clue where the hell we are. We are well and truly lost. We'll have to wait until the morning and try and retrace our footsteps and hopefully find our camping spot. Luckily, it was not too cold in the elements, so Stephen and I huddled as close as we could to each other, more for safety rather than warmth, and we lay on the ground until morning. Needless to say, we got no sleep as we were still feeling very anxious, so morning could not come soon enough for us. When it got light, Stephen and I eventually found our camping spot. Well, what was left of it anyway. Sarah, the whole place had been ransacked, and I kid you not. Our tent had been totally ripped apart, and pieces of what remained of it were hanging over trees and bushes. Our sleeping bags had been shredded, which was extraordinary because they were made with strong fabric. We found the packets of freeze-dried food littered all over the ground. Our torchlight was smashed, and my rifle lay on the ground where it had been before. It didn't appear to have been touched. Who did this? Gasped Stephen. Or rather, what did this? Not an animal, I said. What animal could do this? You do not think there is some kind of weirdo stalking us of the human kind? Stephen asked me. This mess is more human-like than anything else, don't you think? I agreed, but reminded him of the growls we had heard the previous night. It does not make sense, I said. Those growls we heard, were not human. We have to get out of here, I told Stephen. Our stint in the park is well and truly over. I don't want to stay here a moment longer, not after the growl and seeing what this creature, whatever it was, has done to our camping spot. A couple of minutes later we heard human voices. One was slightly raised and high-pitched like a woman's, and then there was a lower tone that seemed to come from a man. I could hear the attractive American drawl that I had grown to like, and I felt so relieved that we were not alone. We finally saw the couple. They looked at us with huge relief when we approached them. They were armed with backpacks. Thank goodness, said the girl. We were camped over there, she said, pointing towards some trees in the distance. Something tried to flush us out of our tents last night, she said. We could smell the creatures. They stank to high heaven, like nothing you could ever imagine. The worst smell I've ever smelt, nastier than rotting dead animal. They came around our tent and they thrashed it loudly. We were so scared, but luckily Jason fired a couple of shots in the air. That scared them off, she said. That scared them off, I said. I got a look at them as they were running away. What kind of animals were they, I asked. Sasquatches, said Jason. Sasquatches, I asked, looking puzzled. What kind of an animal is that? Sort of half human and half ape, said the girl. I never thought they were real, but Jason said he definitely saw them. They were huge and very fast, but they were definitely not bears. We cannot stay here another night, said Jason. Not after what we experienced last night. We were scared to death. Those creatures could so easily have killed us. Who knows what could have become of us? We could have gone missing, said the girl suddenly. I remember reading cases of people vanishing into thin air in national forests and stuff. Maybe it has something to do with these creatures. I do not want to hear another word. After the girl had made that comment, I just wanted us to get out of here. We need to get out of here, I said, and fast, and I was relieved to have two other humans at my side. I soon learned that the girl's name was Andrea. Anyway, to cut a long story short, and sorry, please do excuse my English, I did return home safely and well to Germany, and then I studied all about the strange creature they call the Sasquatch, and now I'm more certain than ever that it was those creatures that trashed our campsite that night. Needless to say, I will return to your beautiful country one day, but I have no intention on hiking in any of your reserves or natural forests any time soon. Yours most kindly, Frederick. P.S. Love to all the Americans. They are the most wonderful people in the whole world. And P.P.S. Please forgive my appalling English. Thank you so much, Frederick. Until next time, good night.